So yeah, my name's Alicia. I work for the Wildlife Alliance and I'm part of the Wildlife Care and Education team. So we coordinate tours to our rescue centre, Penoptimal, but also the wildlife release station, which is what I'm going to be talking about today. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit about what we do, a little bit about our business model and how it has a positive impact on the wildlife and the local people, and also on tourists as well. So a bit of background about the station to start with. It's located in the Cardamom Rainforest, which is in the southwest of Cambodia. It's one of the largest contiguous rainforests in Southeast Asia, and the station itself is 7 kilometers away from the nearest village in an area that's protected both by legislation and rangers as well. And to get there from Phnom Penh, it takes about 5 hours by car and then another 40 minutes on the back of a motorbike. So it's a bit of an adventure for people to get there. It was built in 2009 with the initial purpose of being somewhere to release animals into the forest after they've been rescued from the illegal wildlife trade, if they are suitable for release. So initially, they need rehabilitation. Some of them are suffering from stress from being in the trade. Some of them have injuries that they can recover from to be released afterwards as well. And some of them are still quite young, so we can grow them up and then release them when they're adults and when they've developed all the skills they need. When we release them, we use hard and soft release techniques, and I'll speak a bit more about that afterwards. And then after release, we use the site to monitor the animals using tracking, camera traps, and that kind of thing as well. The guests came in a bit later on, and we want to make it an unforgettable experience for people when they come. In the picture, you can see our 3 bungalows there, and the dining area with the green roof. So we can accommodate 6 to 9 people at any one time. And of course, we employ a lot of local people, and it creates a lot of jobs for people as well. So first of all, I'll talk about the positive impacts it has on the wildlife. So since 2001, we've rescued over 72,000 live animals from the illegal wildlife trade in Cambodia, and release is always our main goal. And we've actually managed to release 80% of those back into the wild. Excuse me. So the release station was built as a specialized facility to enable us to give the animals the best chance that we can for a successful release. So they can be rehabilitated where they're going to be released and then go back into the wild. So we've got 3 of our main stars there on the screen. On the left, we've got Sapir. She's a sun bear, sorry, and she was actually released. She's released previously. Unfortunately, she got stuck in a snare, but we were tracking her, managed to recapture her, and now she lives permanently at the station, but people can visit her. The great hornbill is Jawa. He was released, but he sticks around. He likes it so much that he hasn't ventured off into the forest. He's only about 5 years old, so maybe he'll venture off soon enough. And then the last one is Ru, who is a Sunda pangolin, and she was released back into the forest. And then we tracked her to make sure it was successful and to feed data back into making important release protocols for the future of pangolin release as well. Okay, so positive impacts on the local communities. So it's the most. It's really, really important that the wildlife is a benefit. Keeping the wildlife around is a benefit to the local communities. So providing alternative livelihoods for local villagers that previously relied on logging and poaching because they had no other option to sustain their family. The release station provides lots of different jobs for them to do instead. Their release station provides important opportunities for capacity building. So a lot of different roles that they wouldn't have been exposed to before. So the animal husbandry, animal keeping, guides, cooks, and as well as learning transferable skills such as the animal tracking, using a GPS, language skills, hospitality and tourism, and things like that as well. Yeah, it's important to make the forest as valuable to them as it is, as we can see the potential in the forest as well. So if they can see the potential for the long-term benefits as well, then that's a good achievement to have. Yeah, pre-COVID, the income from tourism was quite reliable. It was quite a good way for them to get money. Hopefully we'll recover soon, and this initiative will help definitely. And the village that it is 7 kilometers away from is the Chipat Ecotourism Village. So we encourage people to stay there as well when they come and visit the release station, so they can provide more benefits to the local village as well. And I'll say a little bit more about that as well. So this is Cern. He's one of our keepers. He has been working with us since we started in 2009, and he has developed a lot of skills. You can see from the pictures in camera trapping, in raising baby animals, and also caring for the animals that are permanent residents. I think that's Sapir in the sun bear in the picture as well. He did used to be a poacher. He used to poach animals and sell the wildlife because he had no choice. But now he has a choice. He really, really loves his wildlife. He's very, very caring, and he's a great guide. He's got good English, and he's a great cook as well. He's very, very flexible to adapting to the more Western style of cooking as well. So that's a great case study for you. So Chipat Ecotourism Village is, as I said, the village that is 7 kilometers away, and it provides a lot of other jobs for local people. So we always encourage guests to stay there as well, to make the most of the different activities that are there. When they're there, they can take some boat tours to spot some of the wildlife. They can kayak, you can go and swim in the waterfalls, and there's 200 kilometers of trekking trails as well. So you can do 1 night, 2 night, 3 night treks with the guides there. And that obviously provides a lot more different opportunities for the local people, either things they're already doing, so boat drivers, motor dops, cooks, homestays, or new jobs as well. So accounting, receptionists, cocktail making, that kind of thing that they wouldn't have been doing before. Okay, so positive impact for ecotourism. For the tourists, it's really, really important to provide positive ecotourism experiences, so that people go and do more. And we always want to try to give the best service possible, to make the best value for money for people, to make sure they know that they're spending their money and time in the right place. And at the wildlife release station, people can see exactly where their money goes to. They can see how the animals are cared for. They can check the camera traps. They can see animals that have been released that are still visiting. Sometimes you can be eating your dinner and then the samba deer walk past that have been released before. There's also other signs of wildlife that have been returning to the area. Tracks of clouded leopards, lots of different poop that the guides can identify and show the guests when they're on treks and things like that. And then it's a really good experience for someone that wants to visit the rainforest, but is a little bit worried and a little bit scared of what to do and how to do it. So we can provide them with an all-inclusive service straight from Chupat village, and we provide everything else. So food, activities, accommodation, the transport is included. If they need sun cream, if they need mosquito repellent, it can be quite comfortable. The beds are comfortable. There's ensuite bathrooms in the bungalows. So it's providing like an accessible experience with the wildlife in the forest. It's also very, very quiet. So if people want a retreat into the forest, they can, there's no other noises or disturbances from the other things, especially if you're in Phnom Penh, all of the construction, karaoke, that kind of thing. You can't hear any of that when you're there. It's so peaceful, and you can really, really get involved in the nature and the wildlife when you're there. The awards are really, really important for us. They really, really they confirm that we are doing the right thing, but they're also really, really important for the tourists as well, to guarantee to them that they are spending their money in the right place, and they're spending their time in the right place as well, making responsible, ethical choices. So please, if you're watching this and you haven't voted yet, I assume most people have voted that are here, but if you haven't already, please vote for us. It really means a lot. Yeah, so that's us. Thank you very much for listening.